97, 98, 9, 1,000. Well, hopefully everybody is having a wonderful winter. I know here in Kansas City we're dealing with some nice winter weather, which brought me to a point for my little Facebook Live today. I want to talk about strength training, the wins and the whats. Especially, this is good stuff if you're kind of trapped indoors and you like doing outdoor stuff and you can't swim, bike, or run outside. Swimming outdoors is usually you're working in a pool inside, but anyway, you can't bike or run outside necessarily. If you do, you're bundled up and you're riding your bike and it's kind of slow going, especially if you're in snow, sleet, and whatever. But I want to talk about strength training, particularly just some quick tips on what and when. I always advise my athletes to do it. I recommend I put it in their training plans. I do it myself. Not as much as I'd like to, but I do get it in because I think it is an important component. I came from a background of football in high school, and strength training is a big component of it, and I just enjoy weightlifting, do strength training, CrossFit, that type of stuff. But some quick tips, you definitely need some. I highly recommend don't be one-dimensional in a triathlete as far as swim, bike, and run only. Mix in some strength training, especially you work out of the lateral plane of your body that you're always going in a straight line, swim, bike, and run, but you need to work that lateral stuff too. Quick core is perfect after a swim, bike, or run. So let's say you did 2 hours on your trainer inside, a nice zone 2. Afterwards is a perfect 10-15 minutes. Do some core work, some planks, some crunches, some sit-ups, that type of thing. Great time to do that. The heavy lifts I save more for a standalone workout, or usually I'll do it on kind of a low intensity day. Well, I take that back. I kind of mix high intensity stuff, but it's a separate workout from the swim, bike, or run. So if I do an intense bike or run in the morning, then like for lunch or an evening workout, I'll try to do a high weight strength training, more functional strength, bench press, squats, that type of thing. But I try to match, if I'm doing a run, I try to match upper body work. If I'm doing a swim, I do lower body work as far as the weights go. So I try to counterbalance whatever I'm doing that day, especially if it's a high intensity workout or something like that. So I try to keep it mixed on the muscle group that I wasn't using for my swim, bike, or run workout. I like to go heavier weights in the preseason, so that kind of goes back to my football background. Back in high school, back in the day, that's all we cared about was just seeing how much weight you could lift. So at that point in time, it's more, bench press, squats, whatever, and just trying to get more weight more than reps and time. But as you get closer to race prep, I kind of move over to more, mobility, functional strength, and that is more based off of, reps of, doing 50 reps of very easy weight, doing 50, 40, or 50, 30, 20, 10, and just doing it in rounds like that. So it's more of a CrossFit type of workout. So when I'm getting closer to the race prep work, it's less of the heavy strength that you need more recovery from. So when you're doing your swim, bike, and your run, you've got more opportunities to put more effort into the swim, bike, and run because you're not sore recovering from a high strength training day. So that's why I kind of back off the weights and up the reps as far as going into race prep. And then I taper off once I get to about 3 to 4 weeks out from race day for a full, and maybe 2 to 3 weeks out for a half. I kind of taper off the strength training, strength alone sessions. I'll still do some core work, but as far as the strength standalone sessions, I kind of back off, and that's why I have my athletes back off, because you want to get that recovery going for race day. So you're not recovering from the small microfiber muscle tears you're doing during strength training. So during that time, your taper and your race prep, you're getting into where you want to be recovery-wise. You're good. Fitness, you want to maintain. So if you're doing heavy strength training during that phase, 2 to 3 weeks out from race period, you're kind of delaying the recovery that's necessary to do the race. So you don't want to be overtrained. You want to be undertrained, or you want to be recovered when you're doing a race. So that's why I kind of lay off the strength training 2 to 3 to 4 weeks out from race day. And then I like to get strength training in 2 to 3 times a week, so a standalone session or something like that. So I know it's hard. Like I said, I don't get as much in as I like to, but at least 2 sessions a week minimum, and then 3. And like I said, one of them could just be a quick 10-15 minutes after a swim, bike, or run. You do like a core, some planks, and some crunches, and some side sit-ups, and some side planks, and some other stuff. So it doesn't have to be a full-on workout. You don't have to go to the gym. Here I've got you know, makeshift kettlebells. I've got little mini medicine balls. I mean, there's tons of stuff you could do. And like I said, I program my athletes' workouts. So I've got a plethora of workouts of body weight type stuff you could do. You don't have to be at the gym. You don't need squat racks, bench presses, all that kind of stuff. You can put them in your plan and be smart about it. It's not going to be, you know, a bodybuilder type of workout system, but it's going to be functional strength specific to what we're trying to do with triathlons and keep you injury prevention, but also add some strength and work on those stabilizer muscles. So as you're riding your bike and doing your running and everything, and keep that form for longer periods of time. So that's my quick tips for today. It's cold, it's wet, it's raining here in Kansas City. So if you're not motivated to do anything indoors as far as biking, running, or swimming, you always take opportunity to do some strength training and stuff you can do in your living room with your kiddos or with your animals and pets and whatever. So there's always room to do something. So good luck out there, and we'll talk to you guys later.